Black women are often left out of the conversation of mass incarceration. But fortunately, we have activists like Jamila Davis, who is doing the work to eradicate over-sentencing in our communities. Jamila, thank you so much for all of the work that you do. It is so appreciated. How is it for you when you take a step back and really look at the impact you've had over the years?
I just know it's God. I know that purpose, I'm in the middle of purpose. Oftentimes you go through situations and you experience pain and you don't understand why. But I know now that God had a bigger purpose for me being in the place that I was at.
Over-sentencing, that is something that dramatically affects Black and brown people. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
Well, let's just talk about the fact that the U.S. only houses 5% of the world's population, yet it houses 25% of the world's prison population.
It's a business.
It's certainly a business.
Yes.
And mostly Black and brown people are affected by it. And it's just really not right. So something has to take place, something has to change, and we're demanding that changes take place at this point.
They have to. And what I love about your story is not only are you on the activism side, but you're someone who has felt it, experienced it, been in the thick of it. And a lot of times in the mass incarceration narrative, the focus is on Black men. And I love Black men and it's important, but I don't get to hear a lot about Black women. Can you talk about why there might be?
Yes, well, our numbers are raising increasingly, and we are forgotten often because our population is still smaller than the male population. But we receive a lot of slack behind bars, mainly because people don't even know how to address our issues. Females commit crimes for different reasons than men. Oftentimes we've been abused, we've suffered from a lot of issues, and there's nothing being done. So the whole bottom line is that we're warehoused. All of us, Black and brown, and there's really nothing done for rehabilitation purposes. So it really has no purpose. You just come out and you turn out to be worse. So I'm really out here advocating for women offenders, and I'm not only trying to use my voice to create a difference, I've created curriculum to address some of the issues that we face. So I'm hoping to create a change from the inside out.
You're out, you're free, and you've been using this liberation period in order to really advocate for other people and for the women who are left behind. Can you talk about the challenges you face doing this work?
Oh, they're definitely ridicule. You know,
Ridicule.
people say, well, why do you have the right to do, or why are you fighting for these people and not these people? It's ridicule, and it's also my family. You know, I just came home 18 months ago, and I'm risking my life because there can be retaliation. I'm still on federal parole. You know what's more important to me? The cause. And I have to say, in my case, if I have to die for the cause, then that's what I was placed on this earth to do. So it's okay. I'm gonna fight on until I see justice served in America.
Within all your work, of course, there's a lot of challenges, there's a lot of risks. But what does it feel like to be recognized for your work?
I'm grateful, but I'm also mindful. So I was on a, you know, I guess a platform before where I was in great light and it got snatched from underneath me. So I'm starting to understand what really matters. God matters, purpose matters. So I'm not so caught up in the hype, I'm caught up in the work, and I have to stay that way because you got to be grounded in this. You have to be level-headed in this fight. So I'm just grateful for the support because I believe that the support can get us more support to actually make a difference. But I'm mindful at the end of the day that I am God's servant and I'm doing his work. So as long as he's saying good job, well done, I will continue to move forward.
For people like me who may be just detached from politics or systemic issues, we feel helpless. Like, how can we help?
Well, definitely follow the movement. We have partners such as the Justice League, the National Council of Formerly Incarcerated Women and Girls. I'm actively involved in that organization. So there are organizations that are actually putting in the work and doing the work. I would say people should definitely support these organizations. And when we have protests and when we're asking people to come out, please come out, because just simply standing there with us, just simply being aligned means your voice matters. Do what you can and really do what you're comfortable with doing. Putting up a post, a simple hashtag can make somebody aware. But if we all collectively come together and do what we can, doing what we can will turn into a lot. Everybody's not built for war. So I'll tell people who are not ready to be on the front line, it's okay if you don't do that. But let's talk about it. Let's post about it. Let's have a family conversation at the table about it. And let's let people know that the formerly incarcerated are not all terrible people. There are people like myself who made poor choices, but that doesn't make us bad people. Please stand with us. fight with us, and help us make a change.
You've written a dozen books. You have partnered with organizations. You've started your own organizations. What is next for you?
I'm just out here working for the people. I will not stop until the school to prison pipeline is destroyed. I will not stop until mass incarceration is ended. And this is what I believe I was born for. I was born to be a fighter for this particular cause. So I'm in the schools, I'm on feet, I'm at the protest, I'm in the prison. A lot of people talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. So I'm walking and I'm talking, and I'm gonna do what I may until this crisis is dealt with.
So people who may be looking at you as a shining light and as an example of what they can be on the other side, what message would you have for women who are incarcerated or for women who are out and just not sure where to go next?
My message to you today is don't give up. I want you to look at my life as an example that no matter how hard you fall or how rough times get in this life, you can turn it around and get back up again. So just keep fighting and keep going, because joy does come in the morning.
Yes, and again, we want to thank you so much for all the work you've done, all the lives that you've saved, all the lives that you're going to save. It is an amazing thing that we have women like you who are sacrificing every day for the benefit of our communities.
I thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.